grandfather some years ago. Now, so you're bringing up something that we're going to in the past again, or that you've learned, which is rapport. Remember, rapport doesn't mean you're in agreement, does it?
Right.
It means you're in understanding. So that would certainly show understanding.
Yeah.
I like it. So, amplifying it, which is what one of the things you were asking about, amplifying both sides, is what that would be doing. And that can establish rapport, that you both understand what's going on. Mm-hmm. Amplifying one side of it is, it would have to, you'd have to think, what is my intention in doing that? Do I want to draw it out? So if the external, you want to play with that a little bit?
Sure.
Come up here and play with that. So, this is experiential for me as well, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
We're willing to learn.
Okay, me too. I'm always curious about what could happen. So, I'm sure that you had an experience out here that you could duplicate with me where there's incongruence. And you could do that now. Make a statement. Give an example.
Wow, that was really good learning experience.
Wow, that really was a good learning experience. So that's it, yes? The incongruence. Mm-hmm. So if I were going to amplify one of them, then I could do, wow, that was really a good learning experience. So as I do that, what do you notice in you?
I'm feeling the incongruence.
Is more
obvious. I'm more aware of it.
More aware of it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I was too, by the way. It was really evident right in here, because my body didn't. It wanted to be congruent, and the fact that I took one of them and amplified it made it more dissonant in my body. So, okay, so that's how to break rapport. Now you're going, you've been establishing rapport with both parts by just pacing. Yes, we're going to have more ways to create rapport with both sides and to get understanding. So you're going to, in threes again, C is, of course, your meta person, and they are going to assist and watch, observe. And this is where everything you've learned so far will come in very handy. A is going to think of something that you're ambivalent about. You want to do and yet you can't seem to do. Could be something like a habit, changing a habit. You want to quit smoking, but you don't seem to be able to. You want to lose weight, but you don't seem to be able to. You want not to be angry, but you don't seem to be able to. Something like that. Okay? You have a feeling you want to get rid of, but you don't seem to be able to. All right? B is going to ask about what you want and have you talk about it a little bit. So you want to quit smoking. Tell me about that. B and C, notice all of this, the modalities that go with that, as well as where in space that person seems to put that aspect. Because we put things in space. Okay? Also, get to the point where you find the positive intention of that desired state or thing. Okay? Then, I would recommend a quick break state, like standing up, looking up, whatever. And then ask about the other side of it. So tell me about what is going on that you're not doing that. What stops you? You've learned a lot of questions to ask about that. And elicit that in space and modalities. Find its positive intention. Remember, we might go up several times. So remember your meta outcome, the outcome, and then the meta outcome. Only do 1 or 2 of those up. You don't want a lot, because we don't want to go into too much of a spacey place. And that is it. So you've delineated the space, the submodalities, the modalities of it, as well as the intention. I would love to invite you, it's your turn, so that we can demonstrate what we are going to do.
Where I should sit? Okay.
There. Thank you. And he's here with you.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So tell me something that you'd like to discuss up here that you found that you've wanted to do or haven't been able to do, and you think there's some incongruency.
Yeah. You know, in the morning I was around half an hour, in the evening, because we are supposed to be 1 hour, but since the time is not permitting, at least half an hour we have to be in silent meditation. And there are others. Now there is a small group and one who is sitting next to me. You know, I have got a habit of I don't want to do this, and
You don't want to do that.
yeah, I don't want to do that, and you know that tickling always.
Oh, it's sort of
It's always I have got, and unconsciously I do, and I don't want to do this.
Okay.
See, I can just do it myself and that makes a sound. And when you are totally silent, it really irritates, and it is brought to my notice.
Okay. So what we want to do now is put what he does want in positive terms, yes? He has told us what he doesn't want. And so we need to elicit what he does want.
Yeah.
So
Should I tell what I want to do?
Please.
So I want to sit comfortably and just rest my, during that time especially, that is given time, I know the time and all, I just want to hold and rest on my this, and sit straight, and I just want to breathe without disturbing and not bothering anything, just remain calm myself without thinking anything, or just breathe and think about Jesus or some whatever, meditation, let's say.
Okay. And so you want your feet flat on the floor?
Yes, flat on the floor, and usually we have got a good carpet, so we use with the socks because it's cold, and it's resting on the carpet here.
All right.
We don't use shoes inside the little chapel here.
Okay. So you would have socked feet straight on the floor. You would be like this. Things would be calm.
And closed eyes, of course.
Closed eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. And you would be still.
Yes.
All right.
Without doing movements. If I'm tired, I may do little movements, but at least 15 to 20 minutes I won't remain like this.
Okay. And when you can do this consistently, as you wish, what will that allow for you that's really positive and important?
Come again.
When you can do this, just this way.
Yeah. When I can do this?
Yes.
I can
remain
do it
when you do, in the future.
Yes.
When you accomplish this.
Okay.
And you're doing it just the way you want to do it. And it's consistent. And you know you can do it whenever you want. What will knowing that and having that ability to do that allow for you? What's its positive purpose? It will allow what?
It will allow me to be very calm, serene, and one with the nature, and some kind of peace and joy which I cannot express, and that will allow me to be congruent with other people, yes, and to make people happy with this one. I'll get enough resources, energies, and so many things. Outcomes are many out of this. I'll be in good health. Yes.
So
I'll be more resourceful. Yes.
More resourceful.
Yes.
More resourceful. As well as peace.
Peace.
Okay.
Serene.
So when you can do this, it will give you those many positive outcomes. All right. Great. Nice deep breath. You know, I don't care about the fan.
There are 5
What?
ways.
Yeah, I don't care. What I really wonder about is what in the devil is that other thing up there?
Maybe Dave has fixed something, maybe too.
Yeah, makes you wonder, doesn't it? So anyway, okay. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is find in its most extreme form as we can the part that does the opposite. Okay? So you have a part of you that causes you to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah. So if we were to be able to talk to that aspect of who you are, we could call it a part. Okay?
That one?
Yeah. So there's a part that has you do this instead. So tell me a little bit about what you notice about that part of you that this is.
That part of what?
Yeah.
Just as soon as I sit, especially while having the common prayers, I don't have a problem with that.
Yes.
But the moment I go for a silent prayer,
Right.
that a personal prayer, my just goes like this, and I begin to tickle. You see? And it makes a sound, and I can hear the sound of the tune of it, and others, when it is total silence, everybody can hear it. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes, and I can imagine that they are looking at my legs. Yes, and they are irritated, their facial expressions. When I become aware, I begin to imagine all those, and I'm all distracted again. Then I try to keep myself within 2 minutes again.
you're doing that again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am comfortable, I am in this one, but after bringing to the notice mind, I'm really, I want to be free of that.
So when you notice this, that you notice tickling, there's a little tickling going on. Now, in what ways do you notice his modalities are different in this aspect versus the other, the original, what he desires? What do you notice? There's more animation around this one. A lot of it's the state. Yeah, there's more. You see, it's kind of,
I enjoy. I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah. So
unconsciously, but the moment it is now, I don't no more enjoy that one. Yes, the moment I unconsciously enjoy, but the moment I become aware, it becomes really a cross for me.
Would it be accurate to say that there are only certain circumstances in which you don't want to do that? That if you're alone, that's okay? Or is it? No, you don't. You want to, when you're alone and you're meditating. So when you're alone and meditating,
I don't want. I just want to sit in this posture. Yes, I cannot squat myself because I never practice. So I have got nice seat without cushion. So with the hard, I can just feel it because I'm almost 2 years now that place. So I know it is hard and back touching and everything I can imagine myself.
Now, do you notice a spatial difference in how he might represent these two aspects? Spatial. So, all right. So, I'm making a guess. Do you get a sense that the part of you that wants this is sort of over here, and the part of you that does this is sort of over here?
No, I did not locate exactly like that, but I said the way I want to sit.
Right.
And the way I want to meditate is like this posture, on that hard chair like that. Yes.
That and the gestures about this are over here, yes?
It's almost like I'm getting the feeling that he's sure that this is the way to do it, and this is how he should do it, and there's a lot of shoulds.
And correct, what is correct?
What is correct?
As opposed to what he feels more playful with, which is...
Not should, ought, I would put.
Ought to.
But if we just
I'm
look
not
at,
compromising about
and
it.
no-
I should not say should or have.